Hello there guys, this is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review. And today we're gonna take a look at the figure. It is actually CollectA 2016 Deluxe Andrewsarchus. Now, Andrewsarchus, which name means Andrew's leader or ruler, is a genus of a mammal that lives in the Middle Eocene period, about 43 to 41 million years ago, what is known as Mongolia. Now, I talk about this beast. The length was only just a bit at about, sometimes in the middle, it was about one, and mostly, the skull of it was actually more as 83.4 centimeters, 32.8 inches, and also other some sort of canines to make sure. And also, it has identified length. If it's a combined of it, it could be somewhere. Now, talk about the theory. Some believe it's more of a great size of the beast. And also, Andrewsarchus is one of the largest land mammal carnivore to ever rule the earth. However, Andrewsarchus is more descendant of the unknown size because they live in Aleutian Formation. However, unlike carnivores like this hyena and dogs, which have claws, however, Andrewsarchus have hooves instead of claws, and that's more related to Artiodactylia, and there are clade to acetocandipomorpha like entelodons, hippos, and whales, which are really closest relatives. So, let's talk about the sculpt on that beast. The beast sculpt was rather nice. I just like the design of it, and how am I supposed to tell about Andrewsarchus? Really nice. I think this figure has a good appreciated on this because of its natural habitat or something. I don't know, because of its beast-like appearance. And yeah, so the Andrewsarchus goes on a list between those. And yes, the sculpt was nice because I like that. It's a really good sculptation of times. Now the pose, it's like wonky pose, and its roar, it's more similar. It's open its mouth, and it is a mouth gap. Now, I've talked about the details. Because of the details, I think it's a more acceptable. I think the details are really smoother a little bit. But anyways, it's just a bit sense. So, let's talk about the color scheme. The color scheme are a bit orange because of it. It looks tangerine-like, and except the bit that has brown stripes. And yes, an underbelly is more whitish-beige. Yeah, I think this creature is a bit of an unsuspectable beast. Well, I'll talk about the head of this Andrewsarchus. Now, Andrewsarchus might be the largest mammal carnivore to exist, because their closest relatives are hippos and whales and entelodons. And yeah, I think it's some sort of rendition of the time, if I've seen that majestic beast like this. And yeah, I totally like Andrewsarchus with the bottom of my heart, because this is a really good beast on my own. And yeah, I think about this, it's really acceptable, and I think talk about the accuracy. The accuracy is a bit nice. And yeah, I like the accuracy what Andrewsarchus is capable of. So let's talk about the measures sometimes. So, let's start off with the measure, so I bring up a ruler. And also don't forget to mention that Andrewsarchus are mostly closest ancestor to entelodons, almost like a whale. So, let's give us the measure to the beast. So the length was about this figure from the tip of the snout, always tip of the tail, which is about, well, you guessed it, 7.5 inches, and which is about, yep, I get it, 20 centimeters. And the height, which is the top of the hair, we're looking at about 3.3 inches, and which is only at about almost 8 inches. Now, for comparison, I'm gonna bring up some other land predators, which is from Cenozoic era. Here is one of the relatives of the entelodon that were closest ancestor, the Daeodon. And actually, both Daeodon and Andrewsarchus are actually cousins, because they're both related to ungulates like Artiodactylia, which is Artiodactylid. And basically, they have hooves. Now for another comparison, here is with the Safari Ltd. Hyaenodon gigas. Well, this one is a bit different to compare between Hyaenodon and Andrewsarchus because Hyaenodon has claws, and they're not retractable because of its carnivore-like appearance. And yeah, because of its head, Hyaenodon have claws, while Andrewsarchus has hoofs instead. So, really good figure. So here's what I brought some Smilodon from Safari Ltd., the much smaller relative, because this one is a bit smaller than as usual. Then we have the CollectA 2015 Smilodon. I think it's a bit bigger, and it's a bit larger than Safari, because this one is a bit extra on the size, because this one aired for 2015, and this one for 2016. And lastly, we have to take care of another Smilodon, and basically the largest member, the Papo Roaring Smilodon. And basically, this larger one is a bit of a big guy over here. And the rating? Well, I'll give it 9 out of 10, because this is a really good figure on me. Because, I know the Andrewsarchus is a bit of a big beast, so I basically like the appearance of its own kind, because, I know, basically just shove it up with it. So, I think, Andrewsarchus is a way better beast, and I guess this is a really good expectation what Andrewsarchus really look like. So, you guessed it? Yes, I think I'll talk about the mouth inside the gape. So, let's talk about the gape of the mouth. It looks like it started to swallow you whole, and yeah, it's a really good set of it to consume the camera. And yes, that Andrewsarchus is a bit of a beast because of its herbivorous appearance. So I basically like Andrewsarchus, so I'm gonna have to bring up one of its own relatives. So I have to decide to return it a Daedon. Where is it? Oh, there you go. So the Daedon will stick with the Andrewsarchus because it's relatives of its family. And you know what? This is a bit longer as expected. So yeah, the Andrewsarchus and Entelodons are closest relatives among members of the Cetiodactylia because they're ancestors of the descent mammals and they're closest relatives of whales. And yep, that is all about that for sometimes. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit the like, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss a video for About the Money, and leave a comment below. And I hope you see you for another episode, a review about the Papo knockoff Compsognathus. Goodbye, everyone, and see you all next time.